Good morning, good morning, good morning. I think we're live. Just waiting for Facebook to come up. Welcome to day 10. Day 10 of the first 12 traits of a purposeful warrior. So I can't believe we're at day 10 already. Nearly Christmas as well, right? So I thought day 10's trait today is passionate. So I thought I'll wear red. Red's Christmassy. It's got jingle bells, my flashy lights. Let's get into some Christmas fun. There's many things I can say about passion and passionate, and a warrior really is them all. You know, they're from the sexual side, they being passionate about what they do, which is what we want to focus on today. But I think everything that we do, we throw ourselves in wholeheartedly, leading on from loving yesterday, which is heartful. So they all really are. I'm sure you can see by now if you've been following these videos. And if not, I invite you to go back and watch them and download the worksheets, because they really do interweave together. They're all parts of a jigsaw, if you will. So today's trait is passionate. And for me, this means excitement and joy and a true sense of purpose in life. Being passionate requires dedication. There's no doubt about that. It's hard work, focus, and a willingness to fail over and over again. That's the biggest thing, the willingness to fail. However, if you're ready to put in the work and, you know, then being a passionate person who knows what they want can bring excitement, joy, and a sense of purpose to your life. So one question is, perhaps, is being passionate a good thing? For me, I think it's important in life. It's also difficult at times to deal with, just like all good things. Good morning, Jai. Yes, happy 10th day. Welcome. Just like all good things, too much, of it can be damaging. However, passionate people overall do live happier and better lives than the average individual. That's what I believe. And I know this to be true, with certain other people that I know that lead passionate lives, and they also experience what I experience. If you want to be passionate, then you have to know what you want and be willing to go work hard and go after it. Even if it means making a few sacrifices along the way. That's really one of the big keys to putting on your passion, if you like, and embracing, passionate warrior life. And this often is the problem for most people, to be honest. If you're struggling to see what you're passionate about, then I want you to be sure to download today's workbook, because if you follow the steps and answer the questions, then I believe you will discover your own passion. And we're here as well. If you need a hand with anything, please reach out, send us a message, and we can help you with that as well. Because when you discover your own passion, it will then become your own driving force. So when I discovered mine, it was about more, what I needed to do after that was start taking action. I started discovering it, but what am I going to do with that? Like everything that I do, when I learn new things, new pieces of information, new knowledge, I try and assimilate that and take action by doing some form of doing with it, having a plan or things. So I learned everything I could about my passion. That was the first thing that I did. If you want to be really passionate, then you have to be determined to learn everything there is to know about what it is that you're passionate around, and continue to gain that knowledge, and to know there's always more to learn. It's not a one-stop shop that you learn once and that's it. You're forever evolving. So as you evolve, then the work that you need to do around your passion will also evolve. So perhaps read all the books you can, the articles, material you can find, take some classes, read interviews, do whatever you really can to get a good understanding of what it means to succeed in your passion, whatever that is for you. Remember that your job's never done. There's always more to read. There's more to do. Sorry, I'm distracted with my dog there. There's snakes out and about, so I'm just being careful. Always more to read, more to learn, and more to do. If you feel ready, and that you know everything, then to be honest, I think you're in the realms of being a little bit complacent. There's always more to learn in every field of endeavor. Things are advancing all the time. So I'd like to invite you to consider that you will never, ever know everything there is to know about what it is you're passionate about. There's always something new coming along. So subscribing to journals or, newsletters from people who are perhaps a little bit ahead of you or more advanced, then we'll always hopefully keep you up to date about the information in your passion. I then sought advice, and insight from others, being careful who I followed, to be honest, as well, making sure they have the results that I want. We've talked about this before. Don't just follow anyone. Make sure that you resonate with the person, that they have the results that you want to achieve, and that, there is some form of connection. And these mentors can be people past, people present. They don't have to be, in the flesh all the time. You can learn from their books, their resources, if they've already passed on. A lot of good resources I've learned that way as well. Because though you can learn a lot from reading and watching videos, there's something said to have a hands-on information as well, from people who know their stuff, whether you're talking about a person or an expert in your field or another person who shares your passion, perhaps, you can always get more advice, insight, or a fresh perspective from people around you. So I know I don't have all the answers. And I always make the effort to hear everyone else out. There are people that talk about things. I always try and leave what I know at the door when I go into seminar rooms and be open to hearing different people's perspectives and a different way of wording some things that I would already know, but it seems to assimilate deeper for me for the learning, hearing things in different ways. And then I started to set goals. Oh yes, Smarties and M&Ms. If you haven't heard me talk about Smarties and M&Ms, then keep a lookout, because I'm going to run a masterclass. Probably might be in between Christmas and New Year, or after the New Year, we'll see, around Smarties and M&Ms, which is goal setting. And it's goal setting in a way that keeps you inspired and motivated to achieve them, the warrior way, if you like. So if you want to be really passionate, then you have to have a plan, right? This is clear. Though you may think passion is a crazy, wild, unbridled thing, and it can be in the bedroom, we all know that. Sometimes the passion takes over and it can't be curbed. But if you're really serious about carrying it through, then you should have a plan on how to succeed in realizing your dreams and furthering your passion. Create a series of little goals that lead up to a larger goal, so you feel motivated to succeed along the way, because you're ticking off small things. That's what I did. And I found that if I had one goal, I break it down into at least 10 steps, if not more. And then I try and tick off one step every day, so I could see and congratulate myself that I was moving forward every day with that goal. Because having a plan when it comes to passion helps you articulate, what you're dreaming around, and gives you a concrete vision, if you like, of what you need to help make it happen. Plus, if you've written out all your goals, then you may feel more motivated, I believe, as well, to reach them, and more driven to make things happen. If you only have a vague idea about how to be passionate, then it's harder to succeed and to proceed forward. So to help me with this, I started daily rituals that help me follow my passion. If you really want to succeed, I suggest that you do this as well. Routines that help you do just that, to succeed and go forward. Of course, they say passionate people wake up early, but many night owls that I know do their best work in the evening. So this may not apply to you. It's finding the routine that works best for you and to pursue your passion and make the most of your time and abilities, and sticking with it. Making a daily schedule for yourself. This will make it more likely that you stick to your routines as well. For example, if you want to be a writer, set aside some time to read and write every day, no matter how busy you are. Of course, yes, it's all hard work, and you may have to plug in, you will have to plug in some fun time into your schedule too. Taking a break and relaxing, like we said yesterday, the day before, talking about that 3 minutes of just silence, just quiet time, is even enough to just reset your focus. Because taking a break and relaxing from pursuing your passion can actually revitalize you and give you more energy to pursue your dreams in the long run. And also helps us to see, I find, things that perhaps we're stuck on or that we need motivation around. Having that break just re-energizes us. And then once I had these routines, I had learned a lot about my passion and had a plan, and I knew how I was going to grow things. I decided to take a stand, if you like, and share with others. Because if you really love and care about something, you can't just keep it to yourself. Sure, it may not be easy to, stand up for what you believe in or go against proper opinion. We know these things come with challenges and with opposition. Um, but if you really do care about your cause, whatever it happens to be, your passion, then you can't just follow the path of least resistance all the time. You have to put on your brave, your untamed, your courageous straights. You see how they all knit together. And this will help you to become more passionate. You should be proud of yourself for going against what's popular or right. Remind yourself that your cause or your passion is bigger than you are, and that you have to be willing to take a stand if you really do care about what you're talking about and what you're teaching, what you're sharing with people. No matter what your passion, it doesn't have to be a job, it doesn't have to be a pursuit. Your passions come in many things, many forms. It may be that you work in your career and that gives you the money and the time to then pursue your passion. If your passion is, jumping out of airplanes and free falling or whatever it happens to be, there's lots of different things that you can be truly passionate about. Sharing your enthusiasm with others, I also find, can remind us of how much you love what you do. Keeping it all to yourself really is a pursuit for feeling lonely and unrewarding, because we don't get, not that we're after validation all the time, but I think it's good for others to that you share it with, to see why it's important to you and how much it lights you up. It's all about that excitement and joy, right? And then I really leaned into learning from my mistakes. Another key part of being passionate is being able to learn from your mistakes and use them to make you better at pursuing what you love. You don't want to be the person who makes the same mistake again and again, who takes no steps to do it better next time, do you? I don't think so. Wherever you make a mistake, ask yourself, what would you have done differently, and how can you use that experience to succeed next time around? Same with if you're given constructive criticism. It's going to happen. It does happen. It's happened to me several times. Make sure you use it as much as you can. I'm not too proud to think that I've no room for improvement, and I'd love to invite you to be the same. When people criticize or they give us constructive criticism of what we call feedback, then it really is a blessing. I take it as a blessing. I'm so grateful to receive it. And also, I think, make time as well to regroup, after every failure or mistake, and stop and ask yourself, what could you do differently? Because if you blindly move forward, to the next step without really looking back and reflecting, then you don't know necessarily if you're going to be able to present yourself from the same thing happening again. And also, one big thing I learned was to embrace rejection. Because if you really care about your passion, then you won't let a few or a few hundred rejections stop you from doing what you really care about. I haven't. Many people thought I was stupid, I was an idiot, I was being reckless when I gave up my corporate career, my job, if you like, my just over broke. It was a relatively high paid job in a corporate sector, doing well, no problems. And I decided to set my own business up and, do things my way. And I came across a lot of rejection, a lot of criticism, negativity, all of these things. And this is where I learned even more. This is before I really, was on my warrior journey, but I really at that point innately knew inside that I had to just pursue what I wanted to do. It was my time. Because, when you truly care about your passion, you know that rejection is just part of the game, and you learn to push past it and continue to do what you love. If you expect to succeed after the first few tries, then you'll have a hard time making most out of your passion. Because you can be the type of person who wallpapers your room with rejection letters as motivation, or the kind of just shrugs it off and throws them away. And the most important thing is not to let it define you. So this, like I say, there's some side benefits of getting my passionate on, excitement. I became a kind of person who gets excited about what I'm doing. I'm not embarrassed to talk about how much I love what I do and get all misty-eyed and teary sometimes and look forward to what lies ahead. and just own whatever it is, you know, the challenges, the hurdles, the failures, the setbacks, the successes, everything. I'm not downplaying it. There's no need to hide excitement, you know. If I'm concerned, or if you're concerned about looking cool and sharing what you care about, then you'll truly never be truly passionate. You need to let that shit go. I became more positive. Yeah, optimism, another one of the traits, remember? They're all knitting together. I hope we can see that. And belief that, you know, that whatever I do or whatever I want, I can work hard enough. I can have it. Many setbacks, it's not important to let, you know, don't let them get you down, and focus on all the good things that you have to look forward to. Avoid whining and complaining too much, and focus on, you know, talking about how excited you are instead. Have a smile on your face, you know, radiate that positive energy and focus on your achievements instead of the setbacks. I made a gratitude list at the end of every day of all the things I was thankful for. Thankful for the, you know, the rejection, the mistakes, the setbacks, the success, the step forward, the things I did do, the things I couldn't do or I hadn't done yet that I promised myself I'd do. All of these things I was grateful for, because it gave me a resilience as well, you know, to continue on my journey. I also found I was braver, you know, so again, another trait that we've talked about already. I put myself out there. I opened myself up for criticism, even when I felt it hurt. It truly hurt. You know, true passionate people are known for their bravery. Being brave also means willing to challenge the status quo and to point out when you think something's not right, you know, and that's what I do. I poke the bear. I'm not afraid to speak my mind and tell people how it really is. I'm mindful of that. I do it with compassion and empathy, which is something else we'll talk about in these traits. But it means challenging authority. And when you think it's necessary, making the effort to fight for what you believe in or what you believe is right. Being brave also means you're willing to fail. You never get anywhere if you play it safe. And curious. Oh my goodness. That's the secret tomorrow's day, is curiosity. Passionate people feel that they never stop learning. You know, it's like that. I feel like I'm excited and joyful and going back to a toddler. Why? I just want to know. It's an insatiable curiosity that I have, whether I'm 5, 25, or even when I'm 75. And passionate people recognize the value of having many meaningful connections, so they can be exposed to many different opinions about how the world works. They aren't getting satisfied, you know, just one answer with everything. And I think as well, one of the last things for me was learning to balance life. And though it's important to make sacrifices if you really want to pursue your passion, you also have to find a healthy balance, you know, with what lets you live your life without too much stress and heartache. In terms of family, friends, connection, you know, still making money while you're pursuing your passion. All of these things you need to find balance within. So live in the present as much as you can. If you really want to be passionate, one thing is work on living in the present moment and enjoy what you're doing. So what I'll do now is I'll run through the worksheet. So day 10 is passionate, like we said. It's bringing excitement, joy, and a sense of true purpose into your life. So what I'd love to know is, what does passion mean to you? That's the challenge for today. And if you feel lost or unfulfilled, then these exercises will help you work out what you should be doing with your life. And whilst being a passionate warrior is an important trait, the term follow your passion has become, I believe, well worn these days. But it happens, but what happens if you don't know what your passion is? This isn't just an issue for those beginning with careers. It can be a problem for those stuck in jobs that they don't enjoy. It's all too easy to fall into a routine that leaves you bored and unfulfilled. I think we all know that, and you want to make a switch, but you're not sure what to do. Ask yourself these 3 simple questions. Number 1, what subject could I read 500 books about without getting bored? Number 2, what could I do for 5 years straight without getting paid? And number 3, what would I spend my time doing if I had complete financial abundance to do anything at all? Because don't presume your passion should be your job. If you can't imagine not doing something, it's a passion. It doesn't have to be a money maker. Make your money some way that will give you time, like we said before, for what you really love to do. Work out what you dislike doing. List all the jobs or tasks that you absolutely loathe. Once you've eliminated these options, your true passion may become clearer. Create a list of all the people you're jealous of to get more clarity. Sometimes it's jealousy that leads to knowing what your passion is, because that's what you want to be doing too. You're so jealous of it. Find things that you're mediocre at. Even if they don't possess exceptional skills at any one thing, most people have a lot of specialisms, and that's okay. Steve Jobs, for example, not the world's greatest engineer, salesperson, designer, or businessman, but he was uniquely good at all of these things and wove them together into something far greater. And forget the eureka moment. Inspiration strikes. Some in an instant. Suddenly, they all know what they should be doing. And for others, it takes work. I was one of the ones that it took work for. And spending 20 minutes a day thinking about the things that have interested you recently or opportunities that you've spotted can be well worth it at uncovering and giving you clarity on your passion. Remembering what you loved doting on as a child. Hey, Alison, did you love drawing or writing stories when you were young? Try to remember the activities that you enjoyed during your childhood before the pressure to study the right subjects or get a job to begin. And visualizing things. Imagine yourself getting up early, jumping out of bed, excited about going to work or doing what your passion is in life. You get dressed quickly, full of enthusiasm about your day, the sun's shining, and you just do it. I know you couldn't draw, I remember. We had some good times in school together. Now work out where you're going, what kind of job, from that feeling of anticipation. I strongly believe that a strong feeling of enthusiasm or excitement for something or about something great is formed in you that causes you to act in a passionate way. And you will achieve it, since your passion is the key to your success. So again, the task for today is to share with us what passionate means to you. And that's it for day 10. The trait for today is passionate. So I'll be back shortly to do the draw for the live draw for the prize for day 9. And until then, I shall also see you tomorrow morning, same time, 8 o'clock, with day 11 of our 12 days, where we're going to be talking about curiosity. So until then, bye for now.